Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, today we are working on the black Peugeot 207 SW station wagon with the emissions problem. I've got this cleaner now that apparently you squirt it into the top of the catalytic converter and it cleans it out and restores it. Pretty much new, but that's just what they're saying. You just have to try and just see how it happens. But obviously, you know, we're just trying to get this car through the emissions. I have noticed a couple of things as well on this car that we need to address. I have bought some bits and pieces. I'm keeping track of everything that I buy in a book, which I always do anyway. But that book then will go onto a board, and then we'll see exactly what it's cost to put this car back on the road, and yeah, see how much we get for it as well. So let's get into it. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, just before we get into that, just a quick reminder what's happening with this. So the head on this car has now gone to the machine shop. They're going to skim it. I've supplied them with new valve, new stem seals, and another bearing or another, I can't remember what it was now, but there was another thing with the kit. So basically, you can see I've got new gaskets for the exhaust there, new head gasket. So that's there. The old one is down there. And they've got the head, and they're working on the head for me. I've replaced the seals actually in that there. They're replaced for new ones. We're actually going to put this on the head, these two parts on the head before we put it back in the car. So yeah, a couple of more days and I reckon we'll have this one back, and we can continue putting this one back together for her, and we'll see how it goes. With this one, right, I have noticed on the rear back box on the exhaust, the bracket is broken and the exhaust is flapping up and down. So I've gone and got another one. I can't remember the cost of this, but it is in the book. So we're going to replace that bracket on the exhaust. So that's that. I've also went and got some engine flush because I am going to do a full service on this car. And again, I've written down all the numbers. I know exactly what's happening with everything and what everything is costing. I think this engine flush was like £6 or £7. And the full service, oil filter, air filter, cabin filter, spark plugs, that was all about £45. So we're not talking a lot of money here when it comes to a full service and an engine flush. And I think this is going to massively help when it comes to the emissions and, you know, just basically flushing the engine out. And also, guys, I've got this set up here. I've spoke to a few mechanics and they're all saying they've never seen it or never used it or never heard of it. But as you can see, it's BAC 101 cat cleaner. So you've got two bottles here. You've got a cleaner and then you've got a wash. So apparently you clean it first and then you use the wash to coat the actual catalytic converter. It comes with a bottle and you have to spray it in. You pressurize it with this bottle, and you spray it in with the nozzle and you just squirt it into the top into the actual lambda sensor that you take out on the top. They do catalytic converter cleaner and DPF cleaner as well. So I've never heard of them. That kit, just that, was about £80. But £80 and it cleans the cat completely out and it works. I think we're on to a winner. I'm not going to do the flush or the oil change or oil filter, none of the service parts at the minute. I'm just going to be working on the catalytic converter cleaner today, and then whatever else we can get done. Might be able to get that bracket on the exhaust done as well. I don't know. it really does need a good clean as well. Inside, there's a bit of mould in there as well. So we have got bits and pieces to do. Going to spend some hours on this today. I am obviously going to put down in the book how many hours I'm spending on this car, because people, are saying I should be putting down what it's costing me to put it back on the road. Obviously, I am filming this today, but it's not taking me all day today because I'm doing other bits and pieces in the background that you can't see. But I will be putting down the hours that I've been doing. So let's get set up. Let's see. The reason why I've put it there like this is because you've got to obviously run the car, and the exhaust has got to go outwards. So, the car's got to be, somewhat outside. I don't want to take it right outside because I've got all my tools here and I'll be working over here on the engine part of it. So, but at least it's sticking out a bit, and the exhaust pipe is outside. So that's why it's like that. So let's get cracking. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, guys, let me show you what I've done so far. So you can see the pipe there goes into the top of the catalytic converter in that hole right there, where this lambda sensor was sitting. And I've got to be honest, it looks pretty new, this thing. It doesn't look old at all. I'll be shocked if this is original. It can't be the original. It looks really, really clean. Like, all the plastics look clean, and obviously it's a bit dirty on the end, but that's just because it's been running through it. But yeah, it don't look that old to me. So I think what happened, that someone's probably tried to change that to see if they can resolve the emissions problem. But I think this will massively help. So we're kind of getting close now. I've put the solution in, and it says to fill it up to 1.75 litres, but I've filled it up to 1.5. Don't want to dilute it too much. I'm following instructions that I've got, which is online instructions. You can see them just here. And it's just, you go through the motions, you just go through the procedure. It actually says do it a couple of times as well if it needs to. But yeah, let's see, because obviously we've got a soaking time as well here. Allow the chemical cleaner to work approximately 15 minutes. This period allows the cleaner to break down the soot, carbon, ash deposits with the catalytic converter. So yeah, and it says obviously with high soot and ash, allowed to leave 35 to 60 minutes. So I might leave it for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, just in there to do its job, and then we'll just see. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. The actual fluid might not actually sit there, because the way the catalytic's sitting, it might just go out the exhaust. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I've not done this before, so we're just trying things, aren't we, to see if we can get this cleaner. That's the purpose of this, getting the catalytic convert cleaner than what it is. But let's just see how it goes. We just got to try these things, didn't you? Right, So I'll set you back up. I'll put the bottle back in. I'll pressurise it. We'll squirt some fluid in there. See what happens. We'll just have to see what happens. See how it goes. Yeah, so let's do this. Guys, that is the cleaner in. I've actually used half of the solution. There's half the bottle left. Because if we need to use it again, we don't know. Really don't know if we have to or not. But I might do, I might leave it an hour. Then get this stuff, the wash. Get the wash over it, because it said you can do the process over and over and over again if you want. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. So yeah, that's why I've sort of split it up into two. So I've halved it, and then I'm actually going to leave it an hour, right? Then I think then you have to put the wash in, or do you have to run it? I can't remember, but we'll go through the the process and the instructions. But we'll do it twice, just to really give it a good clean. So what I think we'll do now is we'll move over to the back. I'll jack the car up. Let's get that bracket sorted out. I'll quickly show you what I'm talking about. Underneath, we should have enough space. It's only on the back here. But yeah, so this is the exhaust, obviously. And look at that bracket, look. It's absolutely shot. And it's broken on that side. Sit up there. So, yeah. That would be an advisory on the MOT. And I can't remember the cost of the bracket, but I think it was only about a tenner. I think it was a tenner. And, if it sorts this out, which it needs to, the actual exhaust itself, the back box is in really good condition. So that was possibly been changed at some point as well, but we can't have that. No, we can't. So I'll set you up out here. Let's get that switched over. Oh, and by the way, just before I forget, it stopped leaking. No more leaks, guys. It is spot on. Solved it. So that is good. Just thought I'd let you know about that. I wasn't sure if I told you about that one, but no more leaks. Right, let's get this bracket switched over whilst we wait an hour on that catalytic converter. I'll set you up out here. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, there we go. new exhaust bracket fitted. That was a little bit of a pain to get off, I've got to be honest, that old bracket, but that is really good now. Nice and solid, the way it should be. So yeah, that bracket, I've checked the book that I've read it in, that bracket was actually £15. But £15 well spent, because that would have, I think it would have been an advisory on that, or would have been a foul, I'm not sure. Because that was it's the only bracket that holds that back box up, so it might have, the back box might have come right down. I don't really know. But anyway, we've done that. We can now continue with the catalytic converter, because it's been an hour now. The stuff's been in there for an hour. What they're saying now, don't put this back in place, right? Don't put it in. Keep it like that. Keep it open. Start the engine. Run it idle for 15 minutes. It should smoke a little bit, or it should just push out all the stuff at the back. So let me just clear the stuff at the back, get rid of the jack, and then we'll start the engine and run it and see what happens. So yeah, let's do this. Right, guys, well, there we go. That is the second part done on this procedure. I have got just over half left over again. I think I'm gonna need this solution stuff for my daughter's car. She's got that Focus ST. It keeps coming up with a code, keeps coming up on the dash. I'll keep scanning it, and I think it's something to do with the actual catalytic converter on her car. So I've saved some solutions, the process of it, so we can put that in her car as well at some point, which is another video, another day. So that is the wash done now, which is this one. And then it just says leave it to soak, put it all back together, and then take it for a drive and just see if anything comes out the back or anything like that at all. But apparently this stuff is actually, it coats the catalytic converter inside. And yeah, that's what you have to do. So that is exactly what we've done. I followed the procedure exactly. And yeah, we'll just have to put it all back together and take it for a run, guys, and see what happens, really. I don't think I'm going to get it to the MOT centre today. I don't think there's enough time. But we'll do whatever we can on this one. Spend a few hours on it. I don't know if I showed you before, but this one has actually got quite a large, it's not an open sunroof, but it's a glass panoramic roof in the car. And it's, you got a little it's like a button down here, and you just press the button and it just shuts the blind in the roof, which is pretty cool, really. Probably the coolest thing about the car. But yeah, I can't remember if I showed you or not, but pretty cool. For the age of the car and what it is, it's got like a thing you normally see that in a Range Rovers and Mercedes and BMWs. They have that blind thing going across. Anyway, sorry guys, just while I've mentioned it. Right, let's continue. We'll put it all back together. I'll put the sensor back in, do that all back up, put the cover back on. I'm not going to do the second, because obviously I've saved enough to do 2 processes, but I'm not going to do the 2 processes. I'm just going to do the one, and we're going to see if that actually does get it through the MOT. Plus, we're going to do an oil change as well. Oil filter, air filter there. Oil filter's just there. So we're going to do that once the service kit turns up. I haven't got that yet, but we have got other bits to do. So let's continue. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, so much better. So yeah, I just wanted to have an attack up the seats really more than anything else. I've done no plastics, I've done no real hard cleaning. It's just those seats because of that mould. I'm not going to try and clean it off in the corner, because that will just fall to pieces. But obviously I'll, make the new owner aware of what it is and what's gone on. But the seats, guys, just, yeah, absolutely lovely now. Yeah, I can just imagine people sitting there watching this. Just watch that last bit, me cleaning the seats, going, what is he doing cleaning them seats when he doesn't even know it's going to go through an MOT? I can just picture people thinking that, watching the video. What is he doing? Well, it's just the way I do things, really. No, what it is that I really think it was close, the MOT emissions. And me doing that with the catalytic converter, I think we're going to be knocking it out the park, guys. I think it's going to be okay. We're going to do a full service as well, so oil change, air filter. That's all going to help towards those emissions and getting this car, hopefully, fingers crossed, an advisory-free MOT. But yeah, that's going to be in the next video on the car. But for now, that's it. I've done a few bits and pieces, spent another probably 4 hours, I'd say, on this complete today. So I'll add that 4 hours to the list in the book. And we'll come back to this when I've got the complete service kit. We'll do the service kit and we'll do the MOT, and we'll hopefully complete this car by the end of the week. I'm thinking Friday, as long as the service kit turns up, because I've ordered it. So once that turns up, we'll do that MOT Friday, and then that's it. That, hopefully, fingers crossed, that should be it for this car. But for today, that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. We have done a few bits and pieces, done the exhaust bracket as well, so that's all ready to go. And also, before I leave you, just want to quickly say I have won another project, another little project from Copart, a Cat N. We're going to be picking up what I'm going to be picking up tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you and do a video, but I will do a quick picture on Instagram. So if you haven't already, don't forget, follow me on Instagram and you will see the next project coming up. And it's a little bit of a strange one, really, because I actually won the car a couple of days ago through Copart. Usual thing, wouldn't let me have it. No, it didn't meet your reserve, and they wanted another £1,000 on top of what I won the car for. Otherwise, they wouldn't let me have it. And it kept going for a couple of days, and then eventually they let me have it. So what I did was start straight away, always start trying to search for parts, trying to search for the car, trying to search for bits and pieces. And I actually found the exact car on YouTube. Another video has already been done on this car. The exact car is already on YouTube, guys. And I'll show you that once we get round to showing you the project, and we'll have a walk around, see the damage or whatever, and I'll show you the video on YouTube with the same car. Unbelievable. So yeah, anyway, that's it for guys for today. Don't forget, drop me a comment, let me know what you think, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.